conversation. All right. What's up, everybody? You know what it is. I'm the Simple Man. My name is Noah Foster, and it is once again time for a NoDQGalaxy Spotlight as we discuss the Elimination Chamber. With me tonight are two of the finest players in the NoDQGalaxy League this year. First off, leader, founder, creator, CEO of Meltdown, and recently now known, a Skyrim player, my good friend, Jeff Chadwick. Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing very well. It's good to see you, brother. It's been a long time. And yes, folks, it might be a throwaway show, but hey, get hyped like this guy here. He is an exemplification of a true-hearted wrestling fan. Looking at all foundations. Leader, founder, creator of Team NJPW, Team All Elite, the All Elite Hitman, and the biggest Bret the Hitman Hart fan I know, my brother, Mark. Mark, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, I'm glad to be back on, man. It seems like it's been a while since I got to talk to you guys on camera. Well, Jeff, this is our first time, actually.
Yep.
Yeah,
this is the first time I've been.
I feel it's the first time that you and Jeff have mingled. Again, I love bringing wrestling fans on here. First time ever. Build connections, as I'm all about. Just enjoy life, enjoy wrestling. Let's keep going as a wrestling community together. Make the best out of anything that seems bad, blah, worse, you name it. Because at the end of the day, your positives have to outweigh your negatives, even in wrestling. With that being said, I'm kind of excited for this because, again, the Elimination Chamber, you expect somebody maybe have a breakout moment or break through a pod. You wonder who's going to stand at top on the end and who's going to be one step closer to WrestleMania, because the Elimination Chamber, it might be your last shot, but also it might not be a guarantee. Pretty short card this year, too, has been the formula with the Thunderdome era of the WWE, which is where this will be emanating from. We got, I believe, 6 matches here, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And I'm going to start with Mark's thoughts on this. As we just saw on SmackDown on Ding Dong, hello, we had, of course, the Women's Tag Team Champions, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I'm not going to make the remark I'm thinking about. They were with Bayley, but they got confronted by one Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Heated confrontation, then Carmella's butler, because I don't know what the world you call Reginald. They have an impromptu 6-man tag. The tag champs lose. What the hell was I watching? But regardless, we have an impromptu Women's Tag Team Championship match ahead of NXT. So, Mark, are we getting new Women's Tag Team Champions? Who leads with the gold? Shayna and Nia or Sasha and Bianca?
You know, at first, when I first heard that they were going to have this match, I immediately thought about Seth Rollins and Braun being tag team champions and having to end up facing each other. And I don't think they're even going to go that route again. Shayna and Nia just got the belts back from Charlotte and Asuka. I really don't know what Vince wants Shayna or Nia to do, except for this, to be honest with you. I mean, I could say that there's plenty of things for them to do, but I'm trying to think, like, with a little bit of common sense. I'm trying to think how Vince would think, and I don't think that they're booked for anything. I don't think they're going to be sitting back and catering. So I think they're just going to keep the belts on them. And I don't. When it comes to Elimination Chamber, I don't think we're going to get new tag team champions.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if people think this match should be on the kickoff, but you put Sasha Banks on the kickoff, something's wrong with you. Jeff, your thoughts on this match?
Well, it's plain and simple. I personally would love to see Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax over Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair any day of the week. I think that Nia and Shayna will keep the belts, and they will lose them. My prediction, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. In 2 weeks on NXT, they will lose it to Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez.
I said it on Twitter, and I quote, if you want to revive women's tag team wrestling, the Women's Dusty Cup was proof that women's tag team wrestling, it can be at a high in NXT versus the other two brands combined. I feel those titles should be part of NXT more than centerpiece is what it feels like to me on Monday Night Raw. So I agree with both of you. I believe that the champs are going to retain, but ultimately I pray that Dakota Kai gets some redemption against Shayna Baszler, who might I add, that was the first arm Shayna broke. And we see where Raquel met with her comment about Nia Jax and the thing. I'm not saying it. The bottom line, the champs, as far as the chamber goes, they're going to retain, I believe. All right, so let's see what everybody here thinks. And it looks like more people here believe that the champs are going to retain too in the NoDQGalaxy. And shout out to everybody that, of course, has been involved in the NoDQGalaxy Predictions League. Good luck to all tomorrow night. Again, you folks, you can participate too. Your opinions matter. Link in the description down below. These two gentlemen are in it, along with my family and friends in ATW. Brief shout outs to Raleigh D. Holt, Joseph Collin, Kat Stark, King A Train, Scott Cater, Mr. Tito, Adrian Hennigan, and so much more. And, of course, the leader, Charlene. So, again, good luck to everybody, and have fun, folks. Okay, well, I think that match was pretty obvious to call, but when you look at some of these other matches, I think that they could go a little different. The United States Championship is up for grabs in a triple threat as the bringer of pain in the Hurt Business and the current champ, Bobby Lashley. He defends his title against Matt Riddle and the limitless one, Keith Lee, despite some people thinking that, according to reports, Keith Lee may or may not be involved. Since nothing been officially confirmed, we're going to look at this match as it stands, a triple threat. And I look at this match, and I look at, okay, what can you be building towards? Because what could be the ultimate United States Championship match maybe at WrestleMania, just saying, and hopefully not just a throwaway at Fastlane. I still think it's ridiculous to have a pay-per-view after this, besides WrestleMania, but I digress. Looking at this match, though, you got to look at Lashley and how he's been presented as champion. And recently, he literally destroyed Matt Riddle and threw him over the barricade where MVP brought up, dude, do you want to go to jail? It's like, okay, we're going that far. And, of course, Keith Lee, he was a standard in NXT with the North American Championship, only relinquishing it because he made history, didn't want to hold it hostage. Who knows how long he really would have held that title. With that being said, do I think right now this is Keith Lee's time and his first piece of gold in the WWE main roster? No, because I believe it's going to build to that match at WrestleMania. I think that Lashley's going to retain. I think the bro is going to eat the fall. Jeff, your thoughts on this match?
Well, you know what? I completely agree with you. I personally, though, see it going a little bit different. I see in due time Keith Lee joining the Hurt Business. So that could be before or maybe WrestleMania or something like that. Who knows? But I see it happening. However, as far as tomorrow, I have Lashley keeping the title. And Lashley, as you said, I think he's going to get the win over Riddle.
All right, well, there you go. Looks like Brando the Gaming Championship. What up, Brando? He says, I highly doubt that any championships will change at this pay-per-view. I guarantee you one won't, but I digress. Mark, your thoughts on this match?
Look, this is the most dominant I think Bobby Lashley has ever looked, and it doesn't matter what company he's ever been a part of. I've never seen Bobby Lashley, even when he was a champion, a world champion in other companies, I've never seen him look as dominant as he has during the last month or so, man. There's no way that he loses that belt. And I completely agree with Jeff. I completely think that eventually Keith Lee will be in the Hurt Business, if not the leader of the Hurt Business. Absolutely.
Whoa! Pass off the reins from MVP to Keith Lee. A Keith Lee heel turn? Good grief. Now you're really trying to change the game. Again, MVP, we know he also won't be involved here likely because apparently he got injured on Monday Night Raw too. But overall, we're going with Bobby Lashley to retain. 75% of the NoDQGalaxy agrees with us as well, but there are a couple of people that believe that the bro has a chance. And some people still believe this is Keith Lee's time. Why is he not already a champion? And then other people think about why Matt Riddle's even in this situation because of his character. Hey, he's doing what brought him to the dance in the first place, folks. Just go along with it, okay? Not everybody has to be the same cookie-cutter idea of a WWE superstar that you grew up with back in 2002. Just saying. All right. Now, moving on from there. Okay, seriously. Is this match going to happen or what? What the hell? You can't have a legitimate pregnant women's champion, can you? But anyway, it's still on because nothing's been updated. Lacey Evans versus Asuka. And all of this because Ninja Boy Ric Flair decided to get involved. For reasons. Unbelievable. I don't really have much more to say about this besides why have we not found legitimate competition for Asuka in the Raw Women's Championship over the last several months besides Alexa Bliss? Asuka's going to retain. Simple as that. If anything's going to happen to Asuka, she'll face Bliss at WrestleMania for that time where I believe Bliss, she might ultimately become champion. As far as who could actually be in Lacey Evans' place, there's no way I see a pregnant woman doing this unless it's a freaking women's right. Technical difficulties. Get back in, Mark. Don't worry, man. But the bottom line is I don't see Asuka losing this championship. Jeff, what are your thoughts on this match? If by some miracle Lacey Evans gets into this, do you actually see her pulling off something here? And if not, who should be in Lacey Evans' place? And regardless, is the title going to change hands?
Right. Well, personally, I thought the match had been pulled because of the situation at hand with Lacey being pregnant, not storyline, but in real life pregnant.
Correct.
And that's why they added the women's tag match, which I thought was a great addition to the card, or a great replacement. If they do end up having Asuka defend her title, I was mentioning actually to you earlier, I would love to see Ripley. I would love to see her show up and just be like a total shock. And I could see Asuka obviously keeping it, because I don't think she'll take it right off. But that could be a possibility.
Man, I guess anything's possible in WWE, right? According to one man's vision, even though we might disagree with it. Ronda Rousey shows up and claims the belt. Not going to happen. Hey, Sandy. What happened to Mark? What will they do with the Raw Women's Championship match? This is so confusing. Yeah, you're not the only one that's confused here. And as far as Mark, technical difficulties, he's trying to work off his phone. The weather's not being cooperative, nor the network. Technology could be your best friend or worst enemy. He's going to work on trying to come back in here. But again, folks, in case he doesn't, please follow Team All Elite, Team NJPW, and Mark Griffith on Twitter. And hopefully we can get him back in here before this thing is finished. Hey, DMXBMG. Happy Saturday to you too, man. I've been up since freaking 8:30. I am tired, but I'm still here, and I'm talking wrestling. So I'm in a good mood, even though it's a throwaway pay-per-view, hence the throwaway suit demeanor. But I digress. Anyway, yeah, pretty much everybody believes that Asuka's going to retain one way or another. And I feel like somebody said Lacey Evans because they're either crazy, or they truly believe the Sassy Southern Belle should be champion, or they just misclicked. But who knows? All right. Yeah. Well, there's not much more to say about that match. So let's go into the actual meat of the card, which is the Elimination Chambers. And despite the fact that, again, you know that one aftermath might be obvious, the other one, it does lead to the idea who could come out the most dominant in this thing. Let's go ahead and first talk about the chamber match I care about most, because at the end of the night, I feel someone will have a breakout moment. The SmackDown Elimination Chamber consists of the following people. It consists of Sami Zayn, King Corbin, why? Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, my God, can he not get away from this Universal Championship picture? Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro. The winner of this match will literally face Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship the same night. So with that being said, I look at this two ways. One, we're going to get a breakout star in this chamber, and they're going to get put over by Roman Reigns in defeat, because I don't think I need to play spoiler maker or even predict that match to say Roman Reigns is going to retain his title, regardless. And two, it might lead to some interesting feuds being built out of this too, as a lot could be revisited here. But let's be honest. I look at this. Sami Zayn's in here because you got to have a balance of heels and faces. It's 3-3. Sami Zayn only cares about becoming the Intercontinental Champion because he's the real Intercontinental Champion in his own mind. All right, there we go. Let's get Mark back in here. All right. I told you, folks, it's all good. Jey Uso, he's going to protect the head of the table by eliminating or trying to eliminate the most threatening competition. In this case, probably Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, well, I don't know, Groundhog Day, we're just revisiting that. And then you got Daniel Bryan, who has been on an absolute tear with his promos on Talking Smack, talking about how he will go and get the title from Roman Reigns. And then you got the guy that I believe, since I don't know when, as you can see by my shirt and setup, why is this guy not a freaking world champion? I've never been a world champion in freaking WWE. But he just resigned a contract, and Daniel Bryan put him over after Cesaro beat him, clean in the middle of the ring, made him tap out. I look at this match, I look at what do I want to see this night? Who do I want to see face Roman Reigns? I want Cesaro. I want Cesaro to get a breakout match here and really prove to everybody why you should consider him to be a champion. So Cesaro is my primary pick. But as the NoDQ way goes, we get two picks, gentlemen. So just because I want to see this whole thing come to an end, it would not surprise me if they freaking do Kevin Owens. So my picks are Cesaro and Kevin Owens in that order. Jeff, you're first, because I know Mark's got a lot on his mind. Your 2 picks and thoughts in the SmackDown Elimination Chamber. Who you got?
Well, I don't really need to say much because you pretty much said it all for me. I have Cesaro as the winner of the chamber match, and I agree. Breakout. It's been way too long since he's had an opportunity at a heavyweight title, and he needs to hold this title. I think to boost his career a little bit more than what it already is. I mean, we know what he can do in that ring. What can he do with the Universal title around his waist? That's what I want to see. My backup, I again agree with you, Kevin Owens. I think that if Kevin was to win it, this final match between him and Roman hopefully will come to a head tonight or tomorrow night. I mean, and that'll be it. That'll be it. Because I'm almost at the point of getting tired of seeing Rock Austin version 2.0. That's pretty much what it is. But I've got Owens as the backup.
All right, that's fair. Well, go ahead and answer this question by Elan Brown. If Kevin Owens does get another shot and lose again, where does he go from here when he loses?
I think he's done for the title for now. It might pop up later in the future. Who knows? But as far as right now, I think if he lost it, his opportunity this time around, he would be done with that for a while.
All right. Now let's go ahead with the man with the shirt. But before we do that, folks, he's been a lifelong wrestling fan. I'm going to give this question to you, Mark. What is your thoughts about Tugboat Taylor, a.k.a. Time Fu, from back in the day? Were you a fan of him?
Oh, absolutely. And I love this tag team partner just as much. Well, actually, I can't say that because he was a standalone, but also the natural disasters. I love like Typhoon and Earthquake. And when I seen them, when I seen them both walking down the aisle with that classic tag team gold, they didn't have it too many times. I think, what did they have it, like once or twice? But either way, like when I seen them walk down the aisle, they look like professional wrestlers. Like they look like they're about to come and just demolish something. And yeah, I definitely used to like Typhoon back in the day.
Hey, big man tag teams, they got it done, folks. And some of them do today as well. Also, Sandy, who's a fan of you, Mark, she says, welcome back. And she's actually going with Cesaro with the win, with Seth Rollins costing him in the title match. That's something to consider, considering Seth attacks Cesaro. But hey, we've jabbered on enough, Mark. It's all on you. Your thoughts in the chamber, your 2 picks. What do you think the aftermath will be? Maybe this.
You were kind of breaking up, but I think you asked me my 2 winners of the chamber, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that.
Go for it.
I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me, but I'm taking a chance here on this chamber. I'm going with Jey Uso, man. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that Jimmy is going to be involved in this some way, shape, or form. I think we're going to get a Jimmy return. And I've contemplated different stories on how after Jey wins it, what happens in the match after. But I don't know if we're answering that question now or not. But I'm going to go with Jey as my number 1 pick. And number 2, I'm with you, Noah. I really want Cesaro to win, but I really think that it might be, like Jeff said, it might be Stone Cold 2.0. But like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with Jey Uso as my number 1 pick, and I'm gonna go. You know what? They can't do it 4 times in a row. I'm going with Cesaro. Cesaro is my 2nd pick. I'm not going Kevin Owens.
All right, good deal. I was about to say, how many more times do we need Kevin Owens? Okay, 4 times in less than 3 months? Are you kidding me? For the title?
Well, listen. I think that if they do the 4th match, I think it's because they're trying to make up for what they did with the handcuff botch to Kevin. Because kayfabe or in the back, they were not happy with that. So I think they want to do a little bit of do right to Kevin. So.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, they've used handcuffs now in 2 of Kevin Owens' matches, but that last one was just so bad. And Paul Heyman, apparently he should not ever invest being a locksmith. Just saying. All right, let's see what the NoDQGalaxy says here. So pretty much everybody's got thoughts about 4 primary participants. We got 11 people thinking Cesaro, 7 people say Daniel Bryan, and this is the primary. And yes, 5 people say Kevin Owens. And apparently, Mark, you might not be the only one that's a little bit going off the border here. Somebody said Jey Uso as well. As far as secondary, pretty much same thing around, but the biggest pick here, it comes down to freaking Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro. So it looks like those are the top two among the majority of the Galaxy here. What do you guys think? Should somebody the fans don't care about
can we
that
can we all three? Can we all three pretty much safe to say that there's no way that Kofi or Jeff wins this? Can we pretty much say that?
And the Raw one, yeah, absolutely. Because I'm like, why? What's the Ethan Brown got here? Should somebody the fans don't care about that wins the Chamber in a squash? Maybe Baron Corbin wins. Oh God.
Oh God, I hope not. I hope not. We'll never hear the end of it.
Do we need to talk about what happened the last time Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin were feuding?
No.
Just saying. and the King Corbin gimmick, it's not like he's done like a lot with it in a while. I mean, heck, he lost his friggin' royal court. And might as well just go back to being Baron Corbin at this point. How long is he going to be king or hold on to that scepter and crown? It just seems like right now, King Corbin, he's just going along with it. That's all I see anyway. But anyway, I digress. All right. So one more thought before we go into the Raw Chamber. We talk about who we think's going to win. We talk about potential aftermath in the match to come. Maybe Seth Rollins costs Cesaro. Maybe Kevin Owens gets obliterated. Daniel Bryan comes to save him because Daniel Bryan killed at the start of this whole thing as a tag team until Jay took out Daniel Bryan. And then, of course, we have Cesaro, who everybody that's a wrestling fan wants to see this man become champion. But will Vince ever pull the freaking trigger? Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Blah. There it is. Oy vey. I can't believe they did that. Well, honestly, I shouldn't. Nothing should surprise me anymore in WWE. All right, guys. Follow-up question here. We talked about winners. We talked about aftermath. Who's the ultimate loser? Who gets eliminated first? Mark, your choice first.
And this is the Raw Chamber?
The SmackDown.
Oh, the SmackDown. You know what? I think, man, I hate to put it on Kofi like this after losing in 8 seconds, but he's definitely probably going to go lose first in this too. I mean, Kofi's having a bad string of luck since he lost that title, but I think he's going to be the first one out of there.
That's the Raw one, yeah. We'll talk about that. But what about the SmackDown one? Go ahead and do both.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're absolutely right. Let me talk about the SmackDown. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you.
It's all good.
Let me go with Corbin.
All right.
The first one out of there.
A fair pick. Now, according to past history, when King Corbin or Baron Corbin gets eliminated, what does he do? He throws a fit, throws a person through a pod. He did that to freaking Dean Ambrose back in 2016. So I could definitely see that. But I'm going with the guy that has nothing to do with this title right now in any way, shape, or form. First eliminated pick for me, I'm going with Sami Zayn. Okay? Because the only thing Sami cares about is bringing justice back to the Intercontinental Championship. And I'm pretty sure he's going to try and do that at WrestleMania. There. Jeff, who gets eliminated first in the SmackDown Chamber?
Simple. Sami. There's nothing more needs to be said about it. It's Sami Zayn that gets eliminated first.
Yeah, and the majority of the NoDQGalaxy agrees as well. Some people did say King Corbin, though, so we pretty much think that a heel is going to get eliminated first because reasons. And I think it makes the most sense because none of these heels have been circulated around the Universal Championship picture. It's really just filler, literally. And I don't even need to talk about this. There will be a cold day in hell if Roman Reigns loses the freaking Universal Championship tomorrow. I will go bald and freaking do a TikTok music video of any WWE superstar if Roman Reigns loses that title tomorrow. There, I said it.
We're gonna hold
All right, moving on.
To it.
Yeah, you can hold me to that because I'm a man of my word. All right, moving on. And everybody there that heard that too. Okay, moving on. Good grief almighty. All right, WWE Championship Elimination Chamber, where Drew McIntyre literally is defending the WWE Championship inside the chamber. He is defending it against Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Kofi Kingston, and Sheamus. So the way I see it is Drew's not losing this title. Drew has yet to have that big-time moment with the fans at WrestleMania. He was voted top babyface of the year for a reason. He is our champion. That thing they did with Orton was a little odd, but it was only a few days. And it seems like they really are pushing Drew forward because, thank God, he did go over Goldberg. So with that being said, Drew McIntyre, I obviously see him retaining. But the thing is, secondary, in a wild world with Fastlane around the corner, what could possibly happen here? the most personal thing I've seen so far related to the WWE Championship is Sheamus. And Sheamus literally did bro kick this man to become, keep this in mind, folks, the last man to enter the Elimination Chamber. He will be the most fresh. Now, necessarily that doesn't mean anything, because Elias, he was in the world's biggest Elimination Chamber, and Braun Strowman power slammed him into oblivion. But that being said, I'm keeping it simple. Drew McIntyre, I feel he has to retain, but plan B, secondary pick. The only other one that makes sense to me right now is Sheamus. And honestly, I can see Sheamus, who has not had a WrestleMania main event match in his career. Unbelievable, by the way. I can honestly see Sheamus walking into WrestleMania as the champion. I think it would be really cool. Now, again, Mark, you are missing this chamber, so I'm saving the best for last. So, Jeff, your thoughts and your 2 picks to win the Raw WWE Championship.
Well, my main pick to win is obviously the champ. Got to go with the champ. I think he is going to actually pull it off, and it's going to come down to him and the runner-up, which will be Sheamus. That's my backup. I think it's going to come down to the 2 of them at the very end. So, and of course, you know, two of them button heads. We've seen it before. I'm excited about it.
I mean, it's a good time. I mean, again, I love a good fight, fella.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
2017? Oh, I might have botched myself. I have to double check that. All right. Okay, look. It was a nice moment. He held the title for over 100 days, and then he got squashed by Brock Lesnar in 8 seconds. You really think they're going to revisit Kofi Mania? And truth be told, that Kofi Daniel Bryan match was one of the best matches of the entire card. I will give all respect and credit where credit is due. I don't see that being revisited. Keep in mind, Kofi got this opportunity because The Miz took himself out, which makes sense in my opinion, because why would you have Money in the Bank in the Elimination Chamber? Could literally cash it in afterwards. Does anyone not remember what Edge did to John Cena back in New Year's Revolution and the Rated R era was born? Just saying. Brando Gaming Champion says, Jeff Hardy and Kofi Kingston both pinned each other at the same time to eliminate each other. That'd be an interesting spot. 2 eliminations at once. Both shoulders down. But let's see about that. All right, Mark, take it away. Your thoughts in the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber. Your 2 picks.
All right. Of course, we all know I'm going with Drew, and I think Drew will end up facing Sheamus at Fastlane, but I digress on that area. But listen, well, my second choice is the interesting part. Why is everybody sleeping on the phenomenal one? I'm going with AJ Styles to win it all. That's my second pick.
Ooh, I do like that because AJ Styles has never had a one-on-one match with Drew McIntyre for WWE Championship. And honestly, I'm looking at WrestleMania, Mark, and the reason I didn't go with AJ Styles here, I feel AJ Styles is going to find a way to WrestleMania to face McIntyre for the title because that is a one-on-one we have yet to see during McIntyre's title reign. I do like that a lot, but I'm just thinking a little farther ahead versus the Chamber. What's the I gotta say here? If Drew wins the Chamber, there's nobody left for him to go up against Mania. I'm sure Raw can find a way to set up Sheamus or AJ Styles or bring back somebody. I'll tell you who it won't be: Brock Lesnar, despite Paul Heyman's promise. But anyway, all right. Well, again, pretty much unanimous across the board, and in the NoDQ Galaxy, everybody is truly rooting for Drew McIntyre to hold the gold. And the second course pick, majority-wise, it is Sheamus. But the fact you brought up AJ Styles, it does lead me to this point as well, because people are also thinking about Randy Orton. They could see Randy Orton and McIntyre. You talk about freaking Rock Austin 2.0. McIntyre and Orton might as well be Rock Austin 3.0 at this point if that happens again. But with everything that's been happening recently with Bliss causing Orton to get counted out during the gauntlet, nice. I still feel like right now they're building towards ultimately Orton versus The Fiend reborn, as Bliss literally tried to spawn Satan himself to try and bring The Fiend back. That was a crazy angle. All right, now let's go to the fun bit here. Who gets eliminated first? Mark, I'm going to start with you this time. What do you see being our first person out of the Chamber?
Uh-oh, you're breaking up.
No problem. Who do you see being eliminated first from the Raw Elimination Chamber?
Okay, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. I'm going to go with Kofi going first, man.
Poor Kofi. Hey, maybe Kofi could join Retribution.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, Mustafa Ali, Austin Creed, they've had this rivalry going on for now. We know that for a while, Ali was trying to recruit Ricochet, but it looks like Ricochet's fell off the freaking earth. So, again, And, all right, Jeff, your pick to be eliminated first. Kofi, or Hardy? I feel like it's going to be your choice.
Well, he got eliminated first once before. It's gonna happen again. My first pick on this is Jeff Hardy.
He's just going to jump off the pod, swanton bomb, and break his freaking back. All right.
Pretty much.
How do I have a strong feeling that Alexa Bliss will once again cost Randy Orton this chamber match? Well, it's in the Thunderdome. Bliss can show up on every screen. I could see that. Mind games. We've seen how mind games have affected Orton in the past, especially with The Undertaker. That was a wild time. Oh, Leland Brown's got an interesting thought here. I was just about to ask about that. Maybe Miz cashes in after the chamber, and we get Drew, Miz, and Sheamus at Fastlane. Then we get Drew and Sheamus at Mania. Do you guys potentially see any way Miz comes into play here at all?
Oh, jeez.
I don't.
No, not yet. I think that's a Mania moment, personally.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as big like Edge doing that New Year's Revolution. I just don't see Miz having any reason at Elimination Chamber to cash in. And honestly, right now, what is the Miz dealing with? He's dealing with freaking Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. Whoops. Technical difficulties. Well, at least we got through everything. But I'm sure I'll be back for the freaking aftermatch discussion. And literally, we're at the 30-minute mark, so folks, that is literally Elimination Chamber. What is the wildest moment that can happen inside the chamber? Who will go through a... There we go. There we go. I got you, bro. Well, folks, we did it. That literally under 30 minutes. That is the Elimination Chamber. So you got to wonder, what will be that holy bleep moment we get? Who goes through a freaking pod? And hello to Leo Lakey. I hope you're doing well, bro. I mean, who's going to be the wild spot monkey here? Who's going to give us our moment of the night during this pay-per-view? What's the wildest thing that could happen before the lights go off and the chamber ends? And will Drew McIntyre have a definitive opponent for WrestleMania come the end of this? Only time will tell. But with that being said, that's the Elimination Chamber in a nutshell, folks. And by the way, majority of people do agree with Jeff Hardy being eliminated first. Jeff and Kofi, spot monkeys. Well, you got to have somebody jump off the top of a pod. I can see Jeff doing it. Hey, this is the guy that will risk his neck. All right? Just saying. Drew versus Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss wins the WWE Championship. Will be crazy. What the world are you smoking? That's like freaking a freaking Firefly Funhouse brought to life. Interesting Elimination Chamber prediction for tomorrow. Wonder which will come true. We'll find out tomorrow. As Funaki would say, SmackDown's #1. Indeed. But with that being said, does anyone else have any last thoughts, comments, or possible scenarios that you think could happen at the chamber, or what are you looking forward to as we close out here?
Personally, I'm just looking forward to the chamber matches. It's sad that we're not getting a women's chamber match this year, but maybe next year they'll bump it up a little bit and get maybe 2 of them next year. So we'll see. But I'm just looking forward to the pay-per-view, man. I mean, this is going to be good top to bottom, I think.
I mean, the one thing we can say about the pandemic pay-per-views that WWE has made them shorter, and overall, your expectations might be set low, but lately they've been okay. Mark, anything to add regarding Elimination Chamber?
I don't know if you guys heard it, but I'm gonna go ahead and predict Jimmy's return, and I'm also gonna predict another thing is I wouldn't be surprised if The Miz is the first person in her history to have his Money in the Bank contract expire. That wouldn't surprise me, by the way. But
might as well retire the briefcase.
Yeah, I think we get Jimmy back, and I think we get the Fiend back. And don't sleep on Noah. Don't sleep on Brock coming back. I'm telling you,
dude.
Listen. I don't care what Heyman says. Because you got to think it's pro wrestling. They can say whatever they want, but at the end of the day, who thought that Brock was going to show up in 2019 at the Money in the Bank and push Ali off the thing? Nobody. So let me say, you never know about Brock Lesnar.
I mean, you got that right. And we know that Brock and Vince are probably the 2 closest people to each other in the company, despite their differences, because at the end of the day, it's all about money. And again, Vince will offer Brock any amount to show up, Suplex City, F5 somebody, and hold the belts hostage. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Wins WWE Championship. Yeah, that'll be the day. Never going to happen. All right. Well, that being said, gentlemen, this has been fun. Again, People, go join the NoDQGalaxy Predictions League. Let your opinions be heard because your opinions matter. Good luck to everybody involved and first-time comers, too. This goes for the whole year. Good luck to both of you, gentlemen. Let's go around and promote wrestling content that we share with others and how we can connect with each other. And, Mark, man, we got to do this more often. It is great to chat again with you, brother. Where can people connect with you?
Hey, listen, next time I promise your audience and I promise you and Jeff, I will make sure my Wi-Fi is on. I apologize.
I'll hold you to
a little bit. All right. Well, where can people find you, Mark? Where can people connect with you? That's good stuff. All right. Where can people connect with you? Like, where can people find you or follow you? Again, technical difficulties. Where can people find you and connect with you? Can you hear me? There we go. You got the shirt right there. Well, I'll just do it for him because, again, right now we're just finishing up before it. There it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark the Griff Reviews. Please follow this gentleman on Twitter at Mark Griffith. Follow Team All Elite on Facebook. Follow Team NJPW. And there will be NJPW prediction content with me and Mark coming up very soon. Maybe for Castle Attack, maybe for Anniversary Show, or the New Japan Cup. We have not decided. Jeff, it's great chatting again with you, brother. We definitely got to do this again. Good luck to everybody involved in your Meltdown Predictions League. I look forward to being a part of it in the upcoming season. So where can people connect with you?
Well, that's simply it. Connect with me on Meltdown on Facebook. That's the only thing I got right now. I haven't quite set up a Instagram or Twitter yet, but that will be in the makings. I promise you that. But for now, just hit us up on Meltdown.
There you go. And there'll be a link in the description down below, folks. And, folks, you know me. I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of wrestling in all of its forms. Good, bad, ugly, big, small, indifferent, you name it. At the end of the day, you know what I'm about. So connect with me on Twitter at mfoster1916 or NoDQ.com/Noah. Follow this YouTube channel as always, youtube.com/C/NoFoster210 for all things wrestling. Shout out to my ATW family on Twitter. Again, upcoming content, there will be NJPW predictions and simple takes, AEW Spark covering AEW Dynamite this week and the current state of the AEW Women's Tournament and thoughts going into Revolution and so much more. And further WWE content to come as well. What Brando said here. Does Mark have McDonald's Wi-Fi? I hope not. That is the better. That is like the bottom of the barrel when it comes to friggin' Wi-Fi. I tell you. I don't have that. I have Buckeye, and even they have problems, but they are so much better. Anyway, folks, just heads up. Mark says, I'm sorry about all this. Next time I promise I'll either be in a good spot with signal or use the Wi-Fi. Either way, I had fun. Again, Mark, we love you, brother. It was a pleasure. We'll definitely do this again. And again, folks, support NoDQ. Buy a shirt, NoDQ.com/merch. Follow NoDQ.com and all your social media platforms. If you want a positive moment and a simple outlook in your life, you can also follow me on Instagram at mfoster1916. As always, I like to close. There are no winners. There are no losers. There are no bettors. There are just fans with their own opinions and their own identities. Be open-minded. Respect one another. Support each other. And at the end of the day, folks, just enjoy life and enjoy wrestling. Simple as that. For the Elite Hitman, Mark the Griff Reviews, and for Mr. Meltdown, Jeff Chadwick, I am the NoDQ Predictions League Booker Keeper, and my name is Noah Foster. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hit the bell and know this video goes on this channel. There'll be one live tonight at 9 p.m. for AW Spark. And hit the subscribe button, help me keep growing this channel. Shout out to all 184 of you that's been with me on this fun YouTuber creator's journey. It's not laying up anytime soon. We'll get through this pandemic era and enjoy wrestling live and safe and sound. One day, folks, I guarantee you, nothing lasts forever, and tomorrow's never guaranteed. Trust your loved ones. Take care. Have a safe one. And until next time, I hope you all enjoy the Elimination Chamber in your own way. Just avoid going through a pod. And have a good night.